Make sure you hit the like button. Sub to the channel if you are not a subscriber. Also hit the notifications too. So you're able to get everything that I push out. Shout out to the whole Lions Den, basketball and boxing community. And right now, we keeping it hoops right now. Hope everybody feeling good. I know it's hot as hell. Brother Ted is in the building. Brown Sugar is in the building. 10 toes down, holding your boys down. You know how we do, man. You know how we do. Hopefully I got one twisted up and rolled up for this one. Oh boy. They say some good weed go good with some Pinot Grigio. Y'all don't know nothing about that Pinot Grigio. You said you just rolled up. Look at him. He just rolled up. You know you got about 5 of them rolled up. 5 of them swishers. Like Swisher Sweet sounds so good. It sounds better than a hookah or something like that, or a vape or something like that. Swisher Sweet. There's something about a Swisher Sweet, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that. You gotta have that blunt in your hand. You know what I'm saying? All that vaping and all that other stuff, man. All the hand. Now, pipe is, it depends on the pipe you got. You know what I'm saying? The bump. Man, and coffee, god dog. Okay, you taking it too far then. Oh man. I thought it would been some henny early in the morning. Hey, man, that white Hennessy, man, they not pushing it no more. I guess the Hennessy margarita done, they done took over now. A lot of stores ain't even asking for the white Hennessy no more. Oh, you like the backwoods? I thought you'd like Optimos. Don't nobody even do the Optimos no more. I forgot, but hey, Ted, you be doing bugler papers and tops and shit. Zigzags. I roll backwoods and oh man, I thought you about to say toilet paper. I was like, what? Brown Sugar be up in there smoking out of Bible paper and phone book paper. And yeah, you do. Be up in there rolling up a newspaper if you ain't got none. Yeah, zigzag. No zigzag, no drink drag. Man, I was... Orange zigzag. Yeah, different colors and shit. Oh man, that's old school. God dog. He talking about an apple. Hey, that's man. That's real old school. I hadn't heard about an apple since I was in high school. I remember one time, man, dude bought it. Well, there was a couple guys that was doing that. I was like, man, how do you do that? But then, at the same token, it was like you had to smoke. smoking after somebody though. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Smoking after somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because I be looking at dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and women too. What their habits is and stuff like that. And then somebody, the way people be coughing and sneezing and somebody messing around. It's like on how high when that dude. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, smoking out of apple. Yeah, man. That's old school right there. Sorry about that, man. I'm in this traffic right now. Well, yeah, they lips and all that. Got cold sores and all that other stuff. But they'll be anxious to smoke after brown sugar. They'll be like, yeah, let me hit the blunt. Please, let me hit the blunt. But brown sugar be like, nigga, you better get away from me. They be excited to hit the blunt after a female and shit. That's when you know a nigga purr. I'm not going nowhere. Don't worry, I ain't going nowhere. I see you. Yeah, they be excited. Well, shit, but there's one girl, man, back in the day, she didn't want nobody else besides me smoking after her, cause she knew about, like, my habits and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I kept it pretty clean or whatever. She didn't want nobody, like, I remember one time she was like, I don't want him smoking. I don't want to smoke after him or something like that. And I'd be like, well, why not? You know what I'm saying? She'd be like, because he be doing this, his lips and all this other stuff. I like, dang. I like it, man. And that's when I begin to know, people really do be paying attention what you be doing. Some dudes might not let you, smoke after them or want to smoke with you because, they might have seen something about you or something like that. They was on the how high tip. They were like, nah, they kept skipping that dude with the cold sore in his mouth. Yeah, slobbering is, yeah, all that. Man. Oh man. Ah man, Reddick. JJ retarded rhetoric. Let's talk about him, man. Yesterday was the introductory press conference. Drink out of the same 40. Yeah, that's old school right there. All the stuff we talking about, zigzags, rolling up, stuff like that, man, that's all old school. But JJ Reddick, man. Listen, bro. Okay, first off, I want to address this. I don't know if anybody really caught this. I was waiting for them to ask. I was waiting for, well, wasn't really waiting for them, but I was waiting for him to answer what kind of answer he was going to give when it came to Doc Rivers, right? JJ Reddick, man, Captain, he knowing damn well how he feels about Doc Rivers and stuff. And man, just go ahead and say that, the dude was right. He don't want to admit that he truly learned a lot from Doc Rivers. But when he came out and was saying all that stuff about Doc Rivers, You know, when he was going at him and his son Austin Rivers and stuff, it was a completely different type of energy uh, than what you would have saw when he was on First Take. Now, here's the thing, right? You're gonna see what Doc Rivers had to go through, what he had to put up with. Because now all that talk about, you know, you doing the X's and O's, you knowing all the terminology and stuff like that, now you're gonna have to put it to good use. You talking about you know what Lakers culture is about? No, you don't. You don't know what Lakers culture is about. You ain't never won anything. Not in the NBA at least. Dynamic college player and everything, but when you got to the league, I mean, you were okay as far as a player, but you didn't live up to people's expectations. I'll put it to you that way. I'm really convinced that LeBron and JJ are more than friends. I'm not being funny, but I'm being so real. I'm not gonna get in. I'm not even gonna go down that road. But what I will say is, JJ Reddick, man, is he talking a good game right now. He's talking a good game right now. But we're gonna have to see what he brings to the table. All this stuff about like the racist stuff. Man, look. I'm not surprised. It don't shock me one bit. But hey, everybody else, they seem to not really, really be caring about it. And I guarantee you, if he starts to win, if he starts winning, it's gonna cure everything. But you gotta win though. You're gonna have to win. I'm looking at it from a coaching side of things. Is he an asshole? Yeah. Could he have race racial racial biases in the back of his mind? Possibly. But Lakers, be honest with you, a lot of Lakers fans, really the whole basketball world, let's just be honest, the whole basketball world is paying attention to this right now. You'll be surprised at who's paying attention to this. They want to see, of all these people that they compared him to, like a Steve Kerr, like Doc Rivers, um, like some of these other names that they named that, didn't have any coaching experience and decided to go ahead and coach if he could be successful. But see, you got to realize Doc Rivers didn't just come right off the jump and go to a storied franchise. You understand what I'm saying? Doc Rivers, he started off slow. I think Orlando. So let's see what you can do, and you put on the hot seat by All-Star break. That's what everybody's looking at. All-Star break. They're paying attention to All-Star break. People in the background that's going to help him. Never see him make him to be great. You said which well, it's either put up or shut up right now. Um, like he comes off to me as one of these guys. Everybody, he probably heard all his life how smart he is and how intelligent he is and stuff like that. Man, you could okay, he kind of reminds me, and this is no disrespect to Hubie Brown, um, but okay, like Hubie Brown, he talk, he'll talk a good game like when he's commentating, when he's being an analyst and stuff like that. But when it came to coaching, he was never successful. And that's my whole thing, about, intelligence. Just because you come off as like, trying your best to be articulate and use big words and stuff like that, and all this terminology and stuff like that that you were using in the podcast and stuff. Well, all of that shit is gonna go out the window if it's not working. People are really gonna criticize you. People gonna make games. People are really gonna they if you don't produce some sort of success when you're there. A lot of people want to see if you're really gonna do good, and some people are automatically they banking on the championship. You said Lakers passed on Jason Kidd for you something now. Man, yeah, but now they bringing in JJ Reddick, who's had some off the court issues. Now they might have not been as publicized, because the Jason Kidd, all the situation that took place with Jason Kidd, they made it a real big deal. Which his domestic violence and the drinking and all of that. You know what I'm saying? It was a big deal at the time. And then of course, the whole circus thing that happened with Tony Braxton and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they still gave. But that's how Dallas is. That's how Mark Cuban could care less about any of that stuff. But Rob Lowe, Rob Lowe, Parker, that's who he looked like. He looked like Rob Lowe and shit. He's a snake, and he's been a snake. I don't care how close he was to Kobe. What he did to Magic Johnson was wrong. Magic Johnson is skeptical about this. James Worthy is skeptical about this. You know damn well Byron Scott, because he was the best coach out of all of them, out of all everybody that tried to coach. Well, it was Magic Johnson that tried to coach, but Byron Scott was the better coach out of when we talk about that, that Showtime era. Byron Scott was the most successful. You see, Magic Johnson couldn't take it. There's some players that just can't be coaches. Like Magic Johnson, he couldn't be a coach. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, know damn well he couldn't be a coach because they were too good of players. Michael Jordan can't. Man, Michael Jordan be ready to strengthen. Man, what's up with it, Cook Sports? Make sure y'all go sub to the homie Cook Sports in the building, man. How you doing, brother? Hope your summer doing good, man. The brother Cooks, man. He done been in the barbecue, ribs, got some baked beans on the grill. You know what I mean? And then you got soda in the cooler, you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Nah, salute to homie Cook Sports, man. We chopping it up about JJ retarded rhetoric right now. No wonder there's an accident. Come on now. Oh, man. Oh, you with FedEx. Okay, congratulations. That's what's up, man. Now you got the benefits. You stay in the dough. I know they was losing their value for a minute, man. They let a lot of people go. They laid off a lot of people. Well, it was between them and UPS. UPS, they had let a lot of people go. They had a lot of drug busts going on too, but they laid a lot of people off though. It's not all that, like when you go to UPS and FedEx and all these places and stuff, you be thinking like, it's so prestige and all this other stuff. Yeah, right. Man, you walking into the zoo. You got gorillas, snakes, you know what I'm saying? Lions, hyenas, you name it, you got it. Basically everybody that's out to get you. And there's a lot of stuff going on too. People snaking each other, stuff like that. Nah, but JJ Reddick, man, he's gonna have to, like him talking, you've talked enough. You've done enough talking. Now people are ready for action. If you really listen, actually, JJ Reddick can actually do something great here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to sit here and defend this dude and say I'm the biggest JJ Reddick fan and none of that other stuff. What I am saying is, like, you got to keep some sort of optimism, because what if the dude becomes successful? I guess all of that stuff. If JJ Reddick wins a championship, would you respect him? Would you forget about all the stuff that you said about him? What'd you call him? James Jockrider or something like that? I think you would you still call him that? Or would you take him more serious? Alex, I see you in the building. I know Alex, man, he probably going through it right now, man. They about to lose, possibly on the verge of losing Clay, man. Y'all about to get Paul George. Y'all about to downgrade. Salute to Paul George, but he don't fit in that system. PG-13 don't fit in no Golden State system. I don't care what anybody say. He don't fit in that system. Everybody think when I say that I'm calling Paul George trash. Hell no. He just don't fit in that system. As a coach, but I still won't forgive him. I will call him man, man, you know damn well if he bring a championship to LA, man, you forget about all that stuff. You said I still mad Celtics got a chip and passed up. Yeah, that is a wake-up call. But we knew it was gonna happen, man. Look, the Celtics, man, they even though they had their fair share of drama, they've been getting a lot of criticism and stuff like that. Like when it comes to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, the one thing that you can't say is that they were structured on trying to get there. They were getting closer each and every time. Now, don't get me wrong, the Lakers, they had the bubble ring and stuff. You know, they got that title and stuff like that, and then they went to the Western Conference Finals. But all the chaos that was going on, and meanwhile, you got the Celtics making moves behind the scenes. You got a guy like Brad Stevens, who was sitting there making boss moves behind the scene. That boss move that he made, that boss move that the Celtics made, getting Drew Holiday, that was a boss move. That was a straight power move right there. A lot of people don't see that, but it was. You know, but the Celtics, you got it. Look, I'm able to give credit to what credit due. I don't have to necessarily like the organization. I like the players that play for the Celtics. Because I used to like Paul Pierce, but in terms of what the Celtics did as a culture, I don't respect it back in the days because we all know what went on. But the Celtics, they got one up on the Lakers, and that's something. And some people are actually thinking that the Celtics might repeat, or they got the tools to repeat. It's just like it. It's just like when you think about Denver and you think about some of these championship teams, they got five guys that could get, 5 or 6 guys that could get you in double figures. Man, they need to come on with this light. You said they have the tools. You said they do have the tools to repeat. Man, me myself personally, if Denver gets those, replaces those pieces, like when we talk about Bruce Brown and Jeff Green. Well, no, Jeff Green was on it. I think Jeff Green was on it. But if they have a guy somewhat similar to a Bruce Brown, then we cooking with grease. Man, what's up with this light? This light ain't even moving. About time. Shoot. At least to win in the East. Yeah, that's a possibility. But like I said, a year can make a difference. And then I'm not going to sleep on New York, because New York possibly could have won everything. New York got a good chance. I'm looking at New York right now. I'm looking at New York. Philly, it just depends on who we get. If we get OG, if Philly gets OG, oh yes, I'm gonna love that. I'm guaranteed to say that we could possibly win the East, but we still gotta have more. I don't see us beating Boston, especially the way that we shoot from the outside. We got to be able to match up. Especially defensively. Defensively, we got to be able to stop people too. That's why, like, having a guy like OG is extremely important. And you're gonna see on draft night what we truly wanted. Daryl Morey. As much as I don't like Daryl Morey, he's right. We do need a wing defender. We need a wing defender and a wing scorer that can do multiple things. I don't want Paul George at this stage of his career, though, man. And I like Paul George too, man. Yeah, right. You capping. OG is what you need. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Do you realize that OG, he took the New York Knicks from being not that great of a defensive team to damn near #1? Do you know that this guy's win shares is? His defensive win shares? Do you know this dude plus minus? Man, you better stop it, man. You better go look him up. OG does make an impact. OG is like Derek White. OG is like a Pascal Siakam. Those are guys that you need. He's like to a certain degree, like a Drew Holiday. I'm taking OG all day, absolutely. Y'all looking at it? Can he put up 20 and can he put up 30 points and 40 points? It's not about that. Like, what other things can you do defensively? Because you see what happened, to Kyrie. Yeah, you put up 40, you put up, all these points and stuff like that. But when the game gets tight, what else can you do? OG, he's grabbing rebounds. OG can get a steal. OG can run in transition. OG can get you, move the ball around, get you the hockey assist. OG can draw charges. You're not looking at it like that. You looking at it, oh man, can he score? Can he Nah, it's more than that. I don't need OG to be no goddamn scorer. What's up, Brandon? I see you in here. Chicago sub to BLS, Brandon Love Sports. You see, you need guys like that on your team. OG, I guarantee you, the Lakers would want OG. Like Derek White, if Derek White didn't sign that contract, man, he would have been up for grabs. Everybody would have been trying to snag Derek White. Yeah, he might be funny looking and everything, but the motherfucker can hoop. Pascal Siakam, if he didn't sign that contract, I guarantee you, everybody would have been trying to get Pascal. I guarantee you, and look, I'll put it to you like this. Some people gonna trip out when I say this. I'd rather have a Pascal Siakam, a Derek White, OG, another boy, or Drew Holiday over Dame Lillard. You know why? Because of what they bring to the table. Ain't you a Lakers fan, fam? I think the league is tired. Lakers, they are keeping players away from us. I don't blame them though. Yeah, well, see, the thing about that though, Brandon, this is the problem with that. Well, first off, a lot of these guys don't want to go for the circus show. Then on top of that, they're gonna have to cater to LeBron. They really shouldn't even be trying to cater to LeBron. AD is the best player on that team right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if D'Angelo Russell was able to play his goddamn game, he'll be doing what he did in open gym over there at Ohio State. That motherfucker was murking the motherfucker. But he can't play his damn game. You notice whenever LeBron wasn't on the floor, D-Lo was money. I was like, yeah, that's the D-Lo I remember. That's the Ohio State D-Lo that I remember. That's the D-Lo from high school I remember. I don't remember D-Lo sitting on a sloppy left-hand player, but when he lets that ball go, that shit is water. That's the D-Lo I remember. AD, if JJ Reddick can find some way to have that ball go through, if the offense can go through AD, y'all have a shot of winning. Yes, I said it. If the ball goes through AD, provided that man don't get hurt, the Lakers can win. But the ball got to go through AD. What's up, David? I see you in the building, bro. You said LeBron is a lie. He said he wants his teammates to get involved. Well, of course he's gonna say that. You know, he gonna make it sound good. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta realize, like, when you're not the player that you were 10 years ago, man, you gotta be able to, at this stage of the game, you gotta be able to mentor players, and he's not able to do that. Yep. Yeah. Horford, he crippled D'Lo last year. I know he did. Listen, everybody got on D'Lo's helmet. Pause. Everybody got on it. Got on him. You know, I was guilty of it. But what people don't realize is that when D'Lo played by himself without LeBron, his scoring went up to like 23 points per game. His shooting percentage had went up. Everything had increased across the board. And on top of that, they had to realize that they were winning without LeBron, and they were winning without AD. And he actually was listening to Darvin Ham. This right here, if you fire Darvin Ham that went to the Western Conference Finals, Brandon, Ted, Cypress, Brown Sugar, David, everybody up in here, Cooks. If you fired Darvin Ham and he went to the Western Conference Finals, my expectations are nothing less than a Western Conference Finals. I want to see a Western. I want to see a Finals or a championship because you're sitting up in here. You made one of like Tiki was saying. Shout out to Tiki. You made one of the most dumbest moves in NBA history. You got rid of a guy who had championship experience, not only as a player, also has been in brutal playoff games to a guy for. Man, he's worse than Hugh B. Brown, man. He could be worse than Hugh B. Brown. You said LeBron and Clutch. I mean, yeah, they trying to take everything over. You know what I'm saying? They trying to be like hey, Brandon know what I'm talking about. Ted, everybody that follow wrestling, and David. Y'all remember when NWO was taking over both the WW at the time, the WWF and the WCW? That's what Clutch is doing. That's what Clutch is doing to the NBA. That's the perfect example. Because the NWO, they got to do whatever the hell they want to. They went against the grain. They were like they'll come up in there interrupting the matches, and then they'll be the match. You know what I'm saying? They'll go back in the back office. You know what I'm saying? You got to do, God rest his soul, like Razor Ramon up in there getting ready to choke slam Vince McMahon, saying, "Get on the phone and do this or do that." That's what NWO. That's what they would do to the WWE, to the WWF, and to the WCW. And it was like, yeah, you had to man, they go up in the middle of the ring. And I know I'm getting on wrestling, but that's how it is with Clutch Sports and LeBron and Rich and all that, Rich Paul. It's like they're doing whatever is necessary. You know, you sitting up in here, Bronny got to get this deal. They're making, this kid that hadn't even played enough college ball to automatically getting in the NBA and playing on a storied franchise at that. That's some NWO shit. Yeah, like Hollywood Hogan. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Triple H. Exactly. It's the perfect. Listen, it's the perfect thing. Like, that's the perfect interpretation and everything possible that fits their narrative. And needs to. Well, I'm not gonna call Bronny sorry. You know, he's not trash. Okay, I gotta disagree with you on that, brother. He's not trash. He's just not ready. He's not ready for the NBA level. Now his brother Bryce, yeah, because his brother Bryce, he gonna be I think he'll probably be coming out. Nah, he ain't gonna come out with Cooper Flag and them. Bronny is trying to over jump a level to where he's not at. First off, you just need to worry about getting your heart right. That's the main thing. You need to worry about getting your body right. You know what I'm saying? Go do a couple years. You know what I'm saying? If it don't work out, then go overseas. There's no knocking going overseas. There's plenty of players that went overseas before they came to the league. And everybody keeps talking about all this size is hurting them and stuff like that. Man, that don't mean anything. I don't want to hear about no size, all this 6'1" and stuff like that. Dame Lillard is 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? Spud Webb, Muggsy Bogues, you know what I'm saying? Nate Robinson, Ray John Rondo, Chris Paul, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear none of that. You know, he need to get in the gym. It's mainly just gonna be just him getting into the gym, and I like the fact that he's saying, okay, yeah, I don't necessarily have goals of playing with my father, but then you can't backtrack and be like, oh well, all these other teams are offering you a tryout. That's when he lost me though, Brandon. When he was like, he said, yeah, I don't want to try out for a team unless it's the Lakers. Motherfucker, you better be trying to try to go out there and try out for every team that you can, because you're not guaranteed. But I'm not gonna say that he tried. We don't know. He still got to develop. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you got to realize this too. Drew Holiday, when he was at UCLA, he really didn't score a lot of points. But guess what? When he came to the NBA, he actually averaged more in the NBA than he did while he was in college. I think in college he only averaged like 9 points a game or something like that. So you see what I'm saying? It's a lot of guys, and I've already talked about this before. It's a lot of guys that weren't so good of college players or whatever, and they went on to be good. Now I'm not saying to Bronny, God, man, is it's unbelievable. And you for Pandora's box. Whenever you're gonna open yourself up for everybody to critique you and not be harsh and not be shy about being harsh about it. Nah, Dame's 6 foot, man. Dame's 6 foot. I'd have seen that little nigga in person, man. Dame's 6 foot. He ain't even taller than Isaiah, Brandon. I mean, for him to be that small though, and him jump the way he jumped. Now, what's his name? Ray John Rondo. He about 6'1", around that 6'1", 6'2" area. I know Stephon Marbury about 6'2", because when you see them guys when you see Marbury stand next to like AI, Marbury is clearly taller than AI. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Brandon. Hey, they be giving motherfuckers inches. Like, hey, Shaq. Hey, Shaq's son is nearly taller than him. I've been hearing this, all y'all Laker fans. Shaq is like 6'10". I didn't even know that. He said he came out and admitted that he's like 6'10", 6'11" or something like that. I thought Shaq was like 7 foot, 7'1". Cook Sport, you said he's a hype job. I don't see nothing special about him. That's what I'm saying. You don't see it yet. You don't see it yet. I mean, I'm not saying that we don't know what he's capable of being, Cook. You know what I'm saying? The rest is left up to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he's not gonna wow you. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna wow you. Like, when I look at him in comparison to like a Cameron Jones or to like a Tristan Newton, like when I look at Tristan Newton, he's ready for the NBA. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to El Paso, Texas. Tristan Newton played for UConn. When I look at Tristan Newton, he ready for the NBA. When I look at Cameron Jones, he ready for the NBA. When I look at Zach Edey, he's ready for the NBA. When I look at Dante from Oregon, he's ready for the NBA. You know what I'm saying? When I looked at Victor Wembanyama, he was ready for the NBA. You know, when I look at Bryce James, because of his size already, he could potentially be ready for the NBA after about a year of college. When I look at Cooper Flagg, if he gets a little better, he plays a good season at Duke, he'll be ready for the NBA. You said Dame is trash in Milwaukee. Yeah, well, I told people, look, first off, he can't guard the pick and roll. Okay, let's just start. He can't defend. Let's just get that out of the way. You know what I'm saying? That's the main elephant in the room. When you got rid of Drew Holiday, you were losing pretty much the anchor of your defense, the whole entire anchor of your defense. Of course, you had Bobby Portis and a couple of other guys on there. And then when y'all lost PJ Tucker too, when Milwaukee lost PJ Tucker, that was a big loss too. That's why PJ Tucker's so damn disgruntled over there in LA now. A lot of people feel like he should retire or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, and then on top of that, you're very inefficient. You're a volume scorer. You hoist up shots or whatever. You don't get your team involved. And you still like to play that hero ball BS, which is not going to work. You see how Boston, how they move the ball? That ball moves. It don't stay with one person. Except y'all want to do that ISO. That's the reason. That's what hold on one second. That's what Cuttino Mobley was saying. That's what Cuttino Mobley was saying about the Dallas Mavericks. There's too much one-on-one. Magic Johnson about the Dallas Mavericks when they played the Boston Celtics, too much one-on-one. Dame is a traffic cone on defense. Yeah, he is. The nepotism will haunt Bronny for the rest of his career, fair or unfair. He's got an opportunity because his dad forced him into the league for a selfish reason. And you know how he can combat all that? It's by just shutting his mouth and being dynamic. I mean, the dude is a humble kid, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't like what he, like I said, I don't like what he did by saying, okay, yeah, I don't want to try out for no team if it's not the Lakers or whatever. He lost me on that one, but up until he said that, man, he was really trying. You know what I'm saying? But this is a cutthroat league. I meant to talk about Shawn Kemp. I'm gonna talk about Shawn Kemp. Y'all know Shawn Kemp is one of my favorite players. You know I like Shawn Kemp. I like GP, man. Shawn Kemp was on All the Smoke with Stacks and with shout out to Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes. And he basically said that Jordan wasn't the one that won that finals. It was Dennis Rodman. That's what we've been saying the whole time. That's what I've been saying the whole time. And this is coming from a Jordan fan. Like, this is coming out of Kemp's mouth, who played in the finals. Like I said, if you go back and you go look at those stats, you'll be like, wow. But it wasn't like Jordan wasn't doing absolutely nothing. It was like scoring wise, he didn't have his best finals. But Kemp was absolutely right. No Rodman, no 96 finals win. Because even Scottie Pippen was struggling. And a lot of people think that Shawn Kemp is capping. He's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. Just like everybody thinks that he's capping about being a Hall of Famer. Shawn Kemp, if you go look at the numbers and you go line him up with T-Mac and Tracy McGrady, you got damn Dame Lillard in the NBA 75. I'm not saying he should be in the NBA 75, But I'm just saying stuff like that. Or you got a guy like AD in the NBA 75. What's it called? T-Mac never made it out of the first round in his prime. He never made it out of the first round in his prime. He sat the bench at San Antonio. Then he made it. Plus, on top of that, he wasn't never in no running for no defensive player of the year and none of that other stuff. Kemp was always sometimes in the amongst the leaders in rebounds, and one year he was amongst the leaders in block shots. It was like 1 or 2 years. And on top of that, he's gotten out of the first round, and including the Western Conference Finals and the Finals 5 times in his career. So how do you not? And he did it as a main player. So how do you not? How are you going to call T-Mac a Hall of Famer, but not call Shawn Kemp a Hall of Famer? Oh, I know what it is, because he was snorting some lines, because he was at the strip club, because he was drinking and all that other stuff. Well, shit, Dennis Rodman did the same damn thing. But it never stopped him from what he's doing. For a good solid 8 to 9 years, Shawn Kemp was on top of his game. Even 1 year when he was in Cleveland. Shawn Kemp and Dominique Wilkins, two of the most flashy, powerful, nastiest dunkers ever. Yeah, but Shawn Kemp could do more than that. Yeah, but we all know what that was, man. Dennis Rodman. They started not to put Dennis Rodman in the Hall of Fame. Yep. You said Shawn Kemp was a beast. My favorite too. And see, that's the thing. I get into arguments about, oh man, Jordan was the one that won that finals. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. Rodman's play was the equivalency of a Kawhi Leonard in the finals when he won MVP. It was the equivalency well, actually Rodman was a little better. I felt like his tone was a little better. It was the equivalency to some degree of Andre Iguodala. It was the equivalency of a Drew Holiday in this series right here. One could argue Drew Holiday had a chance of winning that Finals MVP. But you have a guy, that was pretty much, he could guard all 5 players. I mean, he was guarding Eddie Johnson. He was guarding Shawn Kemp. He was guarding Detlef Shrimp. He was guarding Sam Perkins when he was out there. He was guarding GP sometimes. He was guarding Hershey Hawkins sometimes. Nate McMillan, you name it, man. Put Rodman on him. Put Rodman on him. Put Rodman on him. You know? All that, him wearing the skirt at Pride Day and all that other stuff, I don't really play all that fruity stuff. Hey, look, if you could win me some championship, man, you can be as fruity as you want to. Just don't bring that over here. That's what I'm saying. Like, it had nothing to do with his play. You missed the old Supersonic. In front of, yeah, I'm hoping they bring the Seattle Supersonics back, man. They ain't I know the franchise. If you talk about OKC, you talk about the Supersonics, but they need to just go ahead and make them separate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all pulling up. I got to roll out. Make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe, hit them notifications too. Straight to the point. Shouts out to the whole entire Lions Den basketball and boxing community. And until then, man, I'm gone, y'all.